Good luck now. Um, and I'll give it a few seconds to make sure everything's going right. So that is nice to see. So apologies for all the mess ups and all that kind of stuff because sometimes the computers just aren't liking me today. So I do apologize. Hopefully things do stay working, but we'll see. We will see. So let me know. No, let me know as I'm typing in if this is working. Because sometimes it can be a bit complicated getting these things. But it says we have 4 people watch at the same time, so there's a plus. So somebody's on there. So whoever is up here today, I appreciate you being here. And I know you're here for the exam review. So please, if you are here, say something so I know someone's actually hearing something. But anyway, I will get started on here. Again, sorry for all the mess ups. It's you know how the internet wasn't working too well at school yesterday? Well, it's not just there. Anyway, we'll just get into the exam kind of information. Remember, it's 50 multiple choice questions. I know on the exam review that I'm going to be doing, you'll notice that there's like 7 or 8 questions that aren't on the exam. It's because it's from a topic that's from the last exam. So you do not need to learn topic 10, even though there's a question there from there. That's what I took out, so we didn't have any issues with that. Okay, so you should be okay. Um, anyway, so I just want to give you the heads up for that one. Now, let's be honest. You don't care. You don't care. You just want to know the answers. And so we'll go through some of these things. So number 1, and I have to get my stuff ready too. So number 1, which part of the product life cycle is noted for having the lowest prices for consumers? Well, if you're looking at the lowest prices, that is going to be B, the decline phase. Because in the decline phase, think about it. Everybody's just trying to just sell as low as they can. You're selling at the dollar store and stuff like that. And so it's all about the lowest price. Because now, I mean, think about it. Are you going to spend more than $5 on $15 maybe on a DVD player? Of course not. You're like, wait, I want a Blu-ray player. I want things that's going to have like streaming services and Netflix and Disney Plus and all these kind of things. So it's not on there. So no one's buying just a normal DVD player. So the decline phase, that's when you actually have the lowest prices. Now, if you're looking at when you traditionally have higher prices, the introduction and growth phase, those are usually higher prices than the decline phase. Because if you think about the introduction phase, you have so much of these costs you have to cover from developing the product and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you have those things. Okay. Number 2, how do firms come up with ideas for new products? And the thing is, there's a lot of different ways that companies come up with new ideas, and that's why number 2 is D, all the above. And basically, looking at competitors' products, think about how many products you've actually seen that you're like, man, that is just a copy of somebody else. Like like you look at the iPhone, then you look at the Galaxy, and you look at the Pixel, you're like, man, those are really kind of all the same phone. Yeah, because sometimes you get ideas from your competitors. So there is that. Then also one of the things is speaking with customers. Yeah, you can speak with customers, no problem. They give you ideas. I know for you, I mean, that's why I have that social media marketing course. That people in Austria wanted to have it, but also students wanted to have it, and there was no other way we could do it because we don't have enough time in the semester and stuff like that. So we have a social media marketing course online. Or not online, in Austria in May and June and stuff like that. So we do those things to learn from them. And of course, use your research and development departments to come up with new ideas too, because that's what they're there for. Okay. So then number 3, old farmer Wolters grows and sells potatoes to Wendy's fast food restaurant, who then uses the potatoes to make French fries and sells these French fries to customers. Suppose that old farmer Wolters and Wendy's work together on controlling the price of French fries to be passed on to the customer. This pricing practice would be C. That would be vertical price fixing and illegal. Now the thing is anytime the companies are really trying to set prices in a on their own, they're trying to fix those prices. That's always illegal. Okay. Sometimes say, well, maybe it's illegal, maybe it's not. No, it's always illegal. It's just sometimes it's hard to catch it unless you have something where it shows they're really working together to set prices. That's why you have things like manufacturers' suggested retail price. We're just giving you a suggestion of what it should be. We're not telling you what it has to be. So there is that. Okay. Now, number 4, the hashtag for the class. I mean, come on, you know that one. If you don't have that, you don't get that one right, you weren't paying attention in the class, or you look at any of the stuff that I wear all the time. Though I will point out, I had a really great tweet that one student sent to me. It was the pushing button meme. It was like, Wolters every morning is like, wear Geese shirt, wear Wolters World shirt. So I thought that was pretty funny. So that game gave me a little crack. That cracked me up a bit. Um, anyway, moving on. Number 5. Why do firms create new products? Honestly, in 2015, I was all about this new product thing, apparently. So, number 5, if we look at it, that one is also all of the above of why companies start creating new products, because you respond to customer needs. Your customers need something new, you're going to develop a new product to satisfy that need, so they shop with you more. Think about it, like McDonald's. Why are they're like, why do we have those healthier options? Well, our customers need that. They want that. So let's deliver for them. So they're coming back to shop with us for those things. Okay. Um, if you look at responding to fashion cycles, I mean, if you look at movies, Disney, I mean, they went out and got, they got Marvel because, superheroes are becoming more popular. Let's buy Marvel so we can be in that fashion cycle. Because, eventually, so that's probably going to die away and there'll be something else we have to have. Maybe vampires will be back or something like that. We know how these fashion cycles go. And so as fashion cycles change, we also need to have new products that kind of deal with that. And then to manage risk through diversity, you're going to do that as well. Because if no one buys, like if all I do is make green highlighters and then no one wants green highlighters anymore, I got a problem. So I want to make sure I have green highlighters and I want to have, blue in case people want blue. Or if they want orange. But what if people don't want markers? Well, then I have, pencils, and so you have all these different products to kind of mitigate your risk. So all of those are reasons why. Okay. Now, excuse me, frog in my throat apparently. Number 6, in order to attract customers, Gold Gym offers 1 month of free membership for first-time users. Gold's Gym is using the free trial to overcome in which area that products and services differ. And that is the inseparable nature of services. Like if you want to have a service, you have to be there. If I want to get a haircut, I have to be there when they cut my hair. I don't know what it's going to be like, so I'm worried. Well, what will it look like? Will people notice that I'm bald then? You never know. But the thing is, Gold's Gym's like, look, they don't want to take the financial risk of signing up for a year-long contract, so they give you a month for free, right? Because then you can try it out, see if it's for you. Okay, now I feel like it's good for me. Now I'll sign up for a year. That's kind of why Netflix had their, the first month free kind of stuff. So you just kind of see if it's right for you and you realize it is good for me. I will commit to it, or it's not good for me. I'll back away, because then you have like no harm, no foul kind of stuff. So you kind of look at that. Okay. Number 7. The marketing of services such as accounting and financial services differ from product marketing because services that's A. Okay, services, one, they're intangible. I mean, you can't hold your education. I mean, you can give me a hug, that's totally fine, I'll be okay. But you can't hug your education, right? You can hug your accountant, but you can't hug the accounting services you're getting. So there's not like a physical thing you can hold on to or a tangible thing. So that's why intangibles are there. The inseparable nature of the inseparable nature of services, you have to be there to have the service happen. You can't go to your chiropractor unless you're at the chiropractor, right? So you have that. Another thing you look at is the variable nature of service. I mean, if anyone's been to a restaurant, you get the good server and then you get the bad server. You can see there's going to be some variability in the service you're going to have. So there's that there. And then the perishable nature of services. You can't buy yesterday's plane ticket. You can't buy, yesterday's hotel room and stuff like that. So it's got, you got to realize there's a limited lifespan for these kind of products, for these services, I should say. Okay. Now, for the 10 of you that are actually watching, because it tells me how many people are watching, if you have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to post a question, because I'd love to help out. Or if you want me to explain something more in depth, we can do that too. Okay. So, moving on. 8, which of the following is not one of the 4 P's of marketing? That is propaganda. And I was amazed how many people miss that one every year when I put that question on there. It was a kind of a joke question. They click propaganda? Oh, they should click propaganda. Sorry. Yeah, because propaganda is not one of them. But when I ask, which is, they missed this, it's kind of funny. Okay. Number 9. Man, tough crowd. No one's saying anything. Making me feel a little weird here. Number 9, the differences between what customers expect and what companies think their customers expect is the definition of what? That is the knowledge gap. Okay, in the gap model, you have that knowledge gap. That's like what I think students want versus what students really want. Okay, I could think you might want, what do you want from my class? Oh, we want to learn a lot. We want to get a good grade. We want to have fun with it. That's what I think you want. But in that reality, all you want is, I just want to pass the class and get out of here. There's going to be different kind of things we're thinking about. Okay. Now, number 10. Wendy's restaurant and Burger King restaurants waited to see if McDonald's dollar value menu would be a success before they started their own. This is an example of what? That is a second mover advantage because they were the second mover or the late mover into the market to see who the value menu would work, and they saw what worked, what didn't work, what price do we definitely have to have, what do we not have, and you kind of base on that. And the thing is, you know, a lot of companies do like being the second mover to see like what mistakes they make so we don't make that mistake. Okay, so you got to think about that. Okay, Alice Hahn, thank you for a question. Can I give you an example of a knowledge gap? Well, that's the one I just gave you about how like what I think students want versus what, you know, they actually want. But this could be like if you go to a restaurant. We'll give a restaurant example. Okay, so the restaurant is, you know, let's say it's McDonald's. Okay, McDonald's thinks, so what do our customers want? Well, I think our customers want to have fast food, friendly service. They want to have a healthy option on there. They want to have a nice experience with that McDonald's. They want friendly service with the McDonald's. And so they're thinking, like McDonald's is thinking this is what everything you want, like, you know, what the customer wants. But in reality, all customers McDonald's want is like, look, I want fast food that I know. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about friendliness. I don't care about cleanliness because I'm going to leave. All I want is fast and what I know. Okay, so, there's going to be some differences. Like, it'll be a look, I'm spending all this time to have a nice, clean store, when in reality, people are always leaving and all they wanted is fast. So maybe I should focus on, like, doing some more market research to figure that out. So then all of a sudden, I focus my effort on being fast to get the food to them so they can leave, as opposed to making the bathrooms really clean when no one's going in the bathroom. Okay, so, Alice, let me know if that helps at all. Okay? Now, number 11. The supply chain is linked to which part of the 4 P's of marketing? That is the place, because you're delivering the value, and supply chain helps you deliver value. So if you think of it that way. Number 12, and thank you, Alice, for asking a question. I appreciate it. Number 12, the most important job of advertising is C, persuading customers to buy a product or service. Now, the other two, show creativity and entertain potential customers, those are important, but they're not the most important. Because in advertising, we really need to get people to have a positive impression so they want to buy our products or buy our ideas we're trying to sell. So that's what you really got to focus on. Okay. 13. Which of the following is one of the 5 C's of pricing? Well, actually, all of the above are part of the 5 C's. So if you look at the 5 C's, you've got your customers. Your customers will influence your pricing because, you know, what they can afford, what they can buy, and stuff like that, and what they want is going to influence the kind of things you make and the prices you have. Company objectives, like, hey, if we want our company to be like Walmart and Aldi, we're going to focus on low pricing. Well, that's going to influence what we're going to price, right? So that's going to be there. If you're looking at your competition, I mean, if we see that our competition has that dollar value menu, okay, we probably need to have a value menu as well. So that's going to influence it. And then you look at cost. That's not on there, but cost is one you have to think about in terms of how much it's going to cost for us to do something to make these products. That's going to influence our pricing, because if we have a price that's below our cost, all we're going to do is lose more money for everything we sell. And then you have channel members. You have to make sure everybody in the channel members are making some money, right? Because if the delivery driver isn't getting paid, the delivery driver is not going to deliver your stuff, okay? Yes, Tony. People, if you can, a ketchup pops up to a bride wearing all white when it comes to sales. Yeah, there's all kinds of things. If you explain why. I mean, if it's an outdoor wedding and it's all about, hey, you're hot outside, you want something that's already cold, we'll take it, because you know what? Maybe that thing then goes into her Bloody Mary she's going to have to celebrate later because it's a morning wedding, right? So maybe it'll work. You never know. Alice, I don't know what you mean. What's back and flip-flopping? Flip-flopping is going back and forth. So if one day you say, I like something, the next day you don't like something, that's flip-flopping. You're going back and forth. Kind of a flip-flop, or those, the sandals, they just kind of flop back and forth, so it's flip-flopping. Okay? Next up, number 14. General Mills advertises their Christmas Crunch, and if you don't believe me, I don't carry this stuff. I have these in my office so my kids can't get them, okay? Because they've had 2 of the boxes so far. I'm saving this for me, okay? So I'm not making this stuff up. I do have this stuff in my office, okay? So, General Mills advertises their Christmas Crunch brands of breakfast cereal, the tastiest and most awesome cereals around. It is. I love this stuff. Anyway, so, we missed my birthday, but if you were thinking for next year for my birthday, you'll be okay. Now, so They only advertise their Christmas crowns during the late fall and early winter leading up to Christmas. This is an example of what type of advertising. That is flighting, okay? Because they only advertise that one period of time, so it kind of like flies in, they advertise, then it disappears, it flies away. Okay, so you have that. If they advertise all year round, kind of the same, that's called continuous advertising. If they advertise all year round, but occasionally they do a bit more advertising, that would be what's called pulsing. Okay, but there's a question about that in a bit, and I'll talk about that in a little bit one. Okay, yes, hashtag plug. Let's see. Number what? Tony Rain. What I'm saying is we love your heart, so it doesn't matter what you're selling. We want to support you because you're priceless. Thanks, Tony. You rock, buddy. I appreciate the support. It means a lot. I see. I'm all smiley now. Wow, that was smooth. Yeah, Alice, I got some smooth people on here. There's some pretty cool people like you. Anyway, moving on. Because we have people that need to learn because they haven't done any studying yet and they think just knowing the practice exam will be enough. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. There's only one way to find out. Number 15. When firms test products in-house, that's a key thing, in-house, meaning only within the firm, no actual customers. Which type of testing is this? That is C, alpha testing. Okay, alpha testing is just you. It's just in your company and stuff like that. Beta testing is when you go out and you have specific clients try the product out for you to see if there's any bugs and stuff like that. So you have that. But if it's just in-house, that's alpha testing. Okay. Number 16. Barnes & Noble bookstores run commercials throughout the year, but during the Christmas season, they increase their advertising on TV and online in order to announce their Christmas book and gift selections. Barnes & Noble is using what kind of advertising schedule? So remember, they're doing it all year round, but during the holidays, they boost it up, they pulse it up, and so that's why 16 is C, pulsing, okay? Gee, just a shout out to my buddy John, who actually runs the Barnes & Noble in Champaign. Nice guy, always like going there, check out the cafe, grab some books when you're there. They got a nice manga section and pop culture stuff, so there's another plug to help out a local business, okay? I know it's big chain kind of stuff, but it's a nice bookstore with nice people working there. Anyway, number 17. Which type of advertising is best for goods that have gained market acceptance like Coca-Cola? That is reminder advertising, okay? Because think about it. You don't need to persuade people to go to Coke over Pepsi because people have kind of already made that choice earlier in life. You don't need to inform them about what Coke is. Like I don't need to tell you, well, Coca-Cola is a sugary beverage that when you drink, it gives you a caffeinated sugar boost that tastes so good and delicious. No, I don't need to inform you about those things. I'm just reminding you, hey, have a Coke, have a smile, go grab one, because it's already been established. So you have more of that reminder advertising in the growth, or it's not in the growth, in the maturity phase, and even in the decline phase a little bit. You have that there too. Okay. Next up, number 18. Which of the following is the correct order for the product life cycle? That is D, because you start with the introduction phase, right? Then the growth phase, then the maturity phase, then decline. So you have that one there. 19. People that refuse to go to the movie theaters to watch a movie and refuse to rent the DVD, but are glad to watch the movie for free on TV would most likely fit into what category from the diffusion of innovation theory? Okay. That is C, the laggards. Okay. They might not even watch it, but maybe they do, but you don't really make any money off them for it or very little. So they're at the very end of the product's life. Okay. Or the innovation's life. Number 20. What is the reason companies develop new products? Again, I have way too many questions of this like this in there. It's all the above. I've kind of gone through this already on the 2 other questions about that. Apparently, I was infatuated with new companies coming with new products and when I make this old exam. So I think there's only one question like this on this exam. So at least you have that. Okay. Now, number 21. The switch from VHF's tape recording to DVD was very quick due to here's the key point, superior video and audio quality of DVDs versus VHS tapes. Which factor would this example best relate to in the diffusion of innovation theory? That would be A, relative advantage, because it has a relative advantage. It has higher quality audio and higher quality of video. Okay? Now, some people would say, but Mark, shouldn't that be observability? Yes, it could be. But observability is not one of the options for the answers. So I'm not going to be mean and be like, well, they're both there and you have to figure out which one I like today. I'm not going to do that. That's kind of jerky. So I would leave one of those out. Okay. Next up, 22. In which phase of the product life cycle do firms typically use the differentiation strategy? So remember, differentiation strategy, we're trying to be different, we're trying to be special, we're trying to look, we're something different that there was from what's already there. So doesn't it sound like an introduction phase, right? Like, hey, we're a new product in the market. You might want to check us out. But also in the growth phase, you switch into, hey, we're different than our competition here. Because by the maturity phase, products are pretty much the same. You're not too many differences out there. So 22 is going to be C, the introduction and growth phase. 23, the University of Illinois decides to develop a new online degree that is free for anyone to do. Which of the RWW screening questions would be most likely to stop the university from starting a free degree program? That is going to be the B option, which is can we win? Can we win is about making money at something. Because the thing is, if it's a free degree, how are we going to pay for it? I mean, that might be something that would stop them. Because if you think about it, is something they could do? Well, yeah, of course, they have millions of hours of recorded classes, and there's online classes they already do already that people are paying for. So yeah, we could make a degree. We could do it online. We could do it for free. And would it be worth it? I mean, think about it. If a university had, free education for stuff, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do with all these Wolters World videos on YouTube, or sorry, the Professor Wolters videos on here. It's like, look, get it out there so everybody can learn, And so if they did that, think of the goodwill that could bring. So yes, it would be worth doing. But the problem is you got to pay the bills. If you can't pay the bills, you can't make any more videos. You can't educate people. So that would be why they wouldn't do it. Okay, the can we win option, okay, would be the thing that would hold them back. Okay. Number 24. If you want your new product to be the market standard that all other products are judged against, would it be better to be a first mover or a second mover? Well, that's one you want to be that first mover. You set what everybody expects. I finally broke down, like we'd always just had Netflix, and I finally broke down and got the Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus combo thing they had. Thing is, I still haven't figured out how to get the ESPN Plus to work, but I don't really care. We got it for Disney Plus because we wanted to watch Phineas and Ferb, we want to watch The Mandalorian and stuff like that, and then we got the Hulu stuff, and we're watching Simpsons. But all the time I'm like, man, Netflix is way easier to use. Like, Netflix has got like a way better interface, and Netflix really recommends shows way better than the other ones do. And I'm always comparing Disney Plus or Hulu or these other ones, CBS All Access, if you want that, to Netflix, because they were the first ones really out there, the streaming service stuff. So if you want to be that kind of industry standards, you want to be the first one. Okay, so that's more helpful. 25. Which professor at the U of I has the best students ever? I think we all know what that answer is. That would be A, Professor Wolters. 26. The Dill law offices are filled with law books. The employees wear ties and jackets. They answer the phone very professionally. And they have expensive, comfortable chairs in their waiting room. The Dill law offices are doing this in order to address which area of how products and services are different. That would be the intangible nature. Because think about it. You can't really show people your smarts. You can't really show people like how much is in your head kind of stuff. But what you can do is you can use associated images. Okay, so that's why they have the fancy, showing their success, because they have the nice suits and stuff like that. And look at all those law books. Oh, we're so smart because we must have read them. They're trying to show those things, right? So you have these different things you're kind of going through. So that's where it's the intangible nature, because we got to give some kind of representation for those things. Okay, now 27. The Snickers candy bar that you purchase from the vending machine in Biff is an example of what kind of product. That is a convenience product, but don't worry about this one. I'm going to put that down. Don't worry about 27, because that's from the last exam. Okay? You do not need to know topic 10. Topic 10, that's from topic 10. That's the last exam. Don't worry about that. Okay? All right, number 28. Jaguar wants their cars to be seen as a premium luxury car in the car market. This thinking will relate to which of the 5 C's of pricing? And that is B, the company objectives. Because they're trying to be the luxury car. If that's our objective, that's going to influence our pricing. We're going to price it as a luxury car as well. Okay? Number 29. In January, the iPhone 6 costs $199 when it's first released. In March, it costs $99 to attract new customers. In October, the iPhone 6 costs $25 as the new iPhone 7, should say, is released. This is an example of what kind of pricing strategy? That would be B, price skimming, because you're skimming off the people that pay one price, and then you skim off people for the next price, then you're skimming down to get the lower price and stuff like that. Okay? Next up, 30. When Walgreens advertises their $1 gallon of milk where their competition sells it for $4 per gallon, they do it to bring customers in to buy cheap milk with the hope that customers will buy other higher priced goods like candies, cards, and alcohol. This is an example of what kind of pricing strategy? That is D, loss leader pricing or leader pricing. Now, I'm not saying that Walgreens prices like that, but the idea is you set an attractive price on an item that people really buy a lot, and that draws them into the store. It leads them into the store, and then they buy other stuff, and you make your money up in other ways on other sales. Okay. Number 31. The collection of big data, or big data, by firms can be used to develop new ideas and ways to help customers and learn more about customers. The collection of this large amount of data is called what? That would be data warehousing. So data warehousing is the collection of that data, okay? Now, 32 then goes on to when firms analyze, that's the key thing, they're analyzing this big data and coming up with new insights. This analysis is called what? That is data mining, okay? So you have that. Now, 33. Determining the types of media that will be used in an advertising campaign and the frequency of advertisements in these different media fit into which part of the development of an ad campaign. That is A, which is evaluate and select media. Remember that list of things, how you develop your ad campaign that's in there. 34. When customers expect a certain level of service standards, look, the answer is in the question, okay? When customers expect a certain level of service standards, for example, a clean room in a hotel with fresh pillows, but the firm delivers a different level of service standards, dirty room and no towels, this would be an example of what gap in the gap model? That would be the standards gap. There's a certain level of standards you're expecting. I mean, think about it. When I go to a gas station on the side, on the highway, my standards are different. My standard expectations are different than if I'm going to a 4-star restaurant and go to the bathroom there. I expect different kind of stuff, right? So you want to think of the standards kind of stuff. 35, which is not a job of distribution center. All of those things are jobs of distribution center. They do manage inbound logistics. They receive and check shipments. They can get merchandise flow ready. Now, they don't always do all these things, but these are things they could do, okay? So those are that. That's why 35 is all the above. 36, KPMG and EY are accounting firms are famous for their ability to find and train the best students to hire that turn into fantastic workers and eventual partners. Which part of KPMG and EY's value chain is adding value here? That is human resource management. Okay, that's one of those support activities or secondary activities because it's not actually making the product, it's helping train people that can then become better at doing the manufacturing of the accounting services or the financial services and stuff like that. 37. Jimmy John's Sandwich Shop is famous for its freaky fast delivery system that gets sandwiches to their clients extremely fast. This would be an example of which part of the value chain adding value to the customer or firm. That is outbound logistics. Okay. Number 38. The new Wolters World website helps you prepare for studying abroad by talking about issues such as course selection abroad, how to fight homesickness, learning a foreign language, how to meet people abroad, and much more. So please visit our new site, right? So what kind of ad is that? Well, that would be what we call, 38, is what we call an informative advertisement because we're informing you about what our product is. We're not trying to persuade you. We're not trying to remind you of anything. All we're doing is telling you, informing you of what it is. Okay, so you have that. 39. Our Arm & Hammer cleaner kills twice as much bacteria as our competitors. This is an example of what kind of advertisement. That would be A, persuasive. Okay, if you're trying to persuade someone to buy yours instead of theirs because you kill twice as much stuff. Now remember, number 40 through 46, there are no answers for because that's from another example. I'm writing this in the notes from the other exam. Now, that doesn't mean you'll have less questions on your exam. You will still have 50 multiple choice questions on your exam, okay? So don't get your hopes up. Oh, it's going to be shorter. No, it's not. Anyway, moving on. 47. Mark buys his children's winter clothes in April when they are in clearance sales. The children's store sells all their winter outfits on deep discounts in the spring. It's an example of what kind of pricing tactic. That's a seasonal discount because it's off season, so they're selling that. 48. How can companies achieve improved service recovery with customers? Basically, how can they unscrew up? I mean, yes, listening to your customers helps because then you can hear what the real issues are. Resolving their problems quickly is always nice because no one wants to wait a long time to get their problem solved. Provide a fair solution. I think that's a nice one to do. So it's actually D. All of the above can improve service recovery. 49. Wolters World buys t-shirts from Campus Sportswear on 6th Street. Blah, blah. When Mark buys 20 shirts, he pays $20 per shirt. However, if he buys 50 shirts, he pays $10 per shirt. This is an example of what kind of pricing tactic. That would be D, a quantity discount. So you have that. Hi, Paige. Hope you're doing well. You have a Minnesota, right? So 50. AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint control the vast majority of the mobile phone market. This would mean that the mobile phone market carrier industry is found to be in what type of competition? That is an oligopoly. So the oligopoly is when there's only maybe 2 or 3 firms control the market. So you have that. So students, there you go. There's the practice exam gone through. If you have any questions about the exam or other kind of business questions or YouTube questions or stuff like that, this is where you can ask those questions. I'll stay on here a little bit and just kind of talk to myself and think about things and how much I enjoyed this semester and hanging out with you all for an hour and a half twice a week. But I'll give you a few minutes to post any questions. If you don't have any questions, you can sit here while we try to think of them. You can try to do the little thingy here to find your way through. I'll say hi for everybody, Paige. Don't worry about it. Troy, you drink to that, buddy. You can drink with, and it goes well with Christmas Crunch as well. There's all kinds of great festive drinks that go with it. Maybe you like eggnog. Maybe you like Glühwein. Maybe you like, Glug or whatever. Gluggy. I think there's one I had somewhere. So there as well. What else can I tell you? I don't know. It doesn't seem like we have any other questions for this. I just want to kind of go through this to give the students, the answers for the practice exam so they have some ideas. If you do need to contact me, you can always email me. You have that, or you can at Wolters World on Twitter, or you can send us a direct message at Wolters World on Instagram, so we can do that as well. But anyway, I just thought I would write and give you that. But anyway, I wish you all the best. Don't forget, there's the study guides are on the Professor Wolters channel. No, they're on Wolters World. I sent you a link for that, so you can just go to just search for BADM 320, practice or study guide. It's in there, so you'll be fine. I wish you all the best. And as I'm not getting any questions, I guess it's time to go. I wish you all well, and good luck on your exam, students. And I hope the end of your semester goes well. Alice, you're very welcome. I hope this helped you out. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.